Hey everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by SoundWeb Studios. Visit online at soundwebstudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? SoundWeb Studios is the answer. SoundWeb Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@soundwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Wagner Show, international warring author Mia Molson Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers and 1 target, where truth is illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and enjoyed by Hollywood celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today before it goes missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon to Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo 7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Wagner Show on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for some great gift ideas, including t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw bags, tote pillows, and more. Makes great gifts 24/7 year-round for your loved ones. Go to Amazon.com and check out the Mike Wagner Show podcast. And for more great gift ideas, including t-shirts, hoodies, as well as even tote bags, throw pillows, phone cases, and a lot more, go to Amazon.com and check out the Me and Molson Zia store, and check out his great books like Missing, Once, and also Wrinkle in Time. And you can also check out Me and Molson Zia on Amazon. Make sure you do so today, and make sure you buy and support. And also, speaking of support, you can also support the Mike Wagner Show on Anchor FM/support, and also on PayPal at the Mike Wagner Show. Also, you can also support as well too at the MikeWagnerShow.com, and make sure you do so today. We're here with a terrific lady who's with us from outside Pennsylvania. She's a New York singer, songwriter, poet, and performer, and she signed an exclusive deal with BMG Publishing and partnered with Casio Music and also Avaton Pro, and that's a big congrats to her. And she also performed across the U.S., Canada, and Israel as a solo headliner and also a keyboard synthesizer player. And she was involved in Let Me Help, the Montage Mountain, and also Webster Hall and Knitting Factory, and a lot more. I mean, she really got involved with. It's amazing. And she was also named one of 110 students to watch for in the entertainment industry by Variety Magazine, and also got an amazing start. Live, ladies and gentlemen, from the Plus Studios from somewhere outside Pennsylvania, the very multi-talented New York singer, songwriter, poet, and performer, and the next generation to come, April Rose Gabrielli. April, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us today.
Hi, Mike. Thank you for the incredible introduction.
And I tell you, you've got some amazing future as well too, and you deserve it too. I gotta say, it's amazing. Of course, you're all set to go and everything. So you're a New York City singer, songwriter, poet, and performer who recently relocated to Pennsylvania, and you also signed an exclusive deal with BMG Publishing, and also partnered with Casio Music and Avaton Pro, and you also performed across the U.S., Canada, and Israel as a solo headliner, as a keyboard synthesizer player. You're also involved with Let Me Help, Montage Mountain, also Knitting Factory, Webster Hall, and you're also named one of 110 students to watch for the entertainment industry in Variety Magazine. And before we talk about more about your amazing career, tell us how you first got started.
So I grew up having music around me. With my mother, she played piano and sang and wrote music. She was also in a band as I was growing up. So she taught me all of her songs. Those were all the first songs that I learned. And it was always encouraged in my house. So I just had it from the beginning. I was really lucky in that way, and it was always encouraged. As I started to get older and had a lot more feelings about life, I started to write some poetry. Conveniently, my poetry notebook landed on my keyboard one day, and there was just a great collaboration happening. I started playing some chords that I knew from my mom's songs, layering them in with this poetry and some dialogue I had written. So from there, I kind of just bit the bug, or the bug bit me, rather.
Either way, you got it somehow.
Something happened. Something weird happened that started something new for me. So I at that point, at the age of 12 or 13, hormones raging, I knew that that's what I wanted to do. I even so much so I wanted to drop out of middle school and just do it. So since then, I was pretty focused on this being my life and my passion. Nothing else really has ever made sense to me. So I started then. I started when I was about anywhere between 4 and 12, and then it got pretty serious after that.
And what would you say, what was that one precise moment that simply influenced you into what you're doing for the rest of your career? What was that
Mm,
one precise moment that simply said, this is what I'm going to do?
I believe, as far as performing live, because that's what I feel that I love to do the most, as well as write. The first time that I performed a song that I wrote live with my brother at the time, who was about 10, playing the drums, and I was about 12 playing keys and singing into a microphone. The first time I felt all of the different vibrations of live plugged in music, I just felt that that was what I had to do. I just felt that that was an addictive feeling. I wanted more, and I just continued to do it. So every time I got asked to do a gig, I just always said yes. So I think just the kind of small like addiction to playing music and the live aspect of music sort of helped me to determine that that's what I was best at and what I like to do the best.
hmm And
Yeah.
also, who are some of your favorite singers, songwriters, and musicians growing up?
So many. I would say Queen is a big influence. I love Styx, Pink,
hmm
Pat Benatar, Patti Smith. I love the band Keen. I'm probably going to forget some, but Led Zeppelin.
Oh yeah, how can you forget Led Zeppelin?
I mean, that kind of is a staple. So I feel that's just when you say you like music, that's thrown in there. That has to be in there. But yeah, any of the big anthemic rock acts that add a little bit of drama, those are kind of always the ones that I gravitated towards.
Also
Yeah.
makes me think when it comes to drama as well too. You had Yes, you got Genesis, and I think you also throw in a few others too, like in the classic rock genre as well too, like art rock, even Rush as well too. Put a lot of drama in there as well.
Yeah, I agree.
hmm And of
Yeah.
course, we'll talk more about your accomplishments as well too, and your involvement, and that's all coming up. But first, listen to the Mike Widener Show at the MikeWidenerShow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at SonicWebStudios.com for all your needs. Looking at a professional website without breaking your budget? Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960, or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Widener Show, get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios, take your image to the next level. Also, time to give an official shout out to our official sponsor of the Mike Widener Show, international warring author Mia Molson Zia. If you love fast-paced mysteries, you'll love Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing is fast-paced and intriguing with an unforgettable twist. Takes place in 4 countries, 2 strangers and 1 target, where truth is an illusion and those you love be the first to go missing. It's available on Amazon in paperback and ebook. Missing by Mia Molson Zia has garnered great reviews and even loved and endorsed by Howard celebrities, including Joanna Cassidy, Forbes Riley, and many others. So grab your copy today for Goes Missing by Mia Molson Zia, available on Amazon. Also, the Mike Widener Show can be heard on the MikeWidenerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/the Mike Widener Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, iTunes, Google Play, Amazon, Audible, and Apple. Coming soon on Podbean, Buzzsprout, Pandora, and TuneIn, and heard worldwide on Geo7, Radio Public, Himalaya, and more. Take the Mike Widener Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Widener Show on the YouTube channel, and follow the Mike Widener Show on Instagram and Twitter today. And for great gift ideas, including t-shirts, pop sockets, hoodies, throw bags, toe pillows, and more, you can go to Amazon.com, check out the Mike Widener Show podcast, and coming soon to the MikeWidenerShow.com. And for more great gift ideas, including great books by me and Molson Zia, including Missing, Once, and more great books, also some hoodies, and also you got some tank tops and more. Go to Amazon.com/me and Molson Zia. Check out the store. And don't forget to support the Mike Widener Show at the MikeWidenerShow.com. Also, make sure you give generously on Anchor FM/support and on PayPal at the Mike Widener Show. Make sure you do it today. We're here in New York City, singer, songwriter, poet, and performer now and outside Pennsylvania here on the Mike Wagner Show. April Rose Gabrielli. I mean, you just got off to a great start, and you also had more things to come as well too. And of course, being born, you grew up in New York City. And tell us about the transition going from New York City over to outside Pennsylvania, where you're at right now.
It was a transition that was certainly needed. I'm at this point, where I was at this point when I moved about a year ago in my career, that I felt that I needed to get a fresh start with what I was writing about and what I was working on. And I just needed space, physical space, mental space.
Mm-hmm.
So being out here closer to nature and having space to have a full room for a studio rather than a little corner in my apartment,
Mm-hmm.
it's absolutely needed. So the transition was, or is, I'd say it's still transitioning, pleasant. It has its things. I don't drive really. I have a license, but I'm not a big driver. So that's been a new little addition. Not a huge deal. COVID really hasn't given us many opportunities to go anywhere. So
Mhm.
I'm pretty land bound. But other than that, there's also a lot of really great things in town to walk to. So the transition has been good. And overall very positive, very good.
Mhm. And you also did a little bit of traveling as well too, that you also traveled throughout the US, Canada, and even Israel as a solo headliner and a keyboard synthesizer player. And tell us about your ventures, especially going to Israel. I mean, that's got to be amazing.
It was very amazing. It was the first time I performed, this is showing my age, the first time I performed in a bar or a venue that allowed smoking in it.
Hmm.
So a lot of my songs need a lot of air to sing. So
Instead of blowing smoke, kind of like smoke out of your, you know what?
yeah, I know. I'm not very cool. So I wasn't really up there like all the other cool Israeli artists or from the area that were smoking and playing, but I kind of went up there and did my thing. It was a really unique experience. The place is beautiful. I played in Canada as well, which was an amazing experience. It seems like if you're not from a place, you're so much more interesting. So as a new artist saying, "Hey, I'm an artist from America in another country," you feel even more like a superstar. You know what I mean? So that's amazing. And I've seen most of the US through my travels to probably close to 44 of the states,
Oh,
I would
wow.
say, and a few cities within. And it's been beautiful, but I still feel that I've missed so much because people will say, "Oh, when you were here, have you gone to?" And I haven't. So there's still so many things to see, but even just this country, there's so much culture and so many different things to experience or to learn, even from New York to Pennsylvania.
And that's gonna be amazing too. And how'd you end up performing in Israel?
I was over there for a trip at the time and there was an open mic. So I kind of just the locals recommended that I go play a open mic at this one bar and it was great. I don't know the name. Nobody was really speaking the language to me. I unfortunately I don't know I don't know Hebrew really. So
Hmm.
yeah, so that was sort of how I got involved there and wound up being a really great time.
Mm.
Yeah.
It sounds like it as well too that now that you performed throughout the U.S., Canada, and Israel, you also were involved with Let Me Help and also Montage Mountain Knitting Factory and also Webster Hall as well too. And tell us more about those.
Well, those are some of the better venues that I feel that I've played are really exciting gigs that I play. I'll expand on one. I grew up always seeing shows at the Gramercy in New York City, which is on 23rd Street there. I believe it's like 23rd Street, 5th in that area, like Chelsea-ish, above Chelsea. And I've always grown up seeing shows there and seeing artists that I love there and imagining myself on a certain part of the stage, whether I was singing lead or playing keys. And I believe it was a little over 2 years ago. It was the first time I got to play there. And for once, instead of being in that audience in that room that I knew really well, it was really cool to be on the stage, which the funny thing is Gramercy used to look so huge to me my whole life. But then having at that point on that tour toured most of the country and all these other venues, the New York one was almost the smallest. So when I arrived, I was, oh, this is a small one. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm at the Gramercy. This is that big, hall that I always dreamed of playing as a young person, but it lived up and exceeded my expectations of how lovely it was. And the staff was really cool. And it was just an overall amazing experience.
Hmm. You also got involved as well too, and you also named one of 110 students to watch for in the entertainment industry and Variety magazine. I mean, that is just one heck of an honor.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was so fortunate with my college experience. I went in very confused as to what I would even be doing with the college education. And I think anybody who knows me knows that because I originally intended to go for music or singing, and it just didn't click for me. So I spent a year undecided in college, and I was eventually approached by some brilliant students at the school and a professor. And they were knowing that I had been interested in producing and music and whatnot. And they approached me with the interest of starting an arts and entertainment management major at the school, in the business school. So it was a
Mhm.
little intimidating to me because I never saw myself as a business person. But you would be so floored at knowing, I'm sure you know, having done your own work and your own show, the amount of creativity that you truly do need to be a business person. So I wound up graduating from Pace University in New York with a Bachelor of Business Administration and Entertainment Management. And through that program, I met an amazing professor, Chris Ramos, who was always my support system. And myself and another student, Alex, were both nominated, two women in the program, as the girls that they selected for the program. And I have Pace and Chris and all those people to thank because I was definitely an alternative student. I was a different student. You know what I mean? I was definitely involved in a lot and doing a lot, but I would never consider myself a typical student. All throughout school, I struggled. So to have such a positive ending note with a college was really great. And that was my thank you gift. That was 1 month before I graduated college that was given to me. So it was really validating and felt like all those tough years of school were really worth it. You know, 'cause I didn't want to be in school. I wanted to drop out when I was 12. So, I mean,
Yeah.
being in school for that long was hard for me.
And of course, back in the day, long time ago, if you live in the 1900s, they can say, "Hey, you want to drop out? Go right ahead." You know?
Or just you're not even there. Yeah, it's such a different world, but it was really important for myself and my mom. We believe that it was important that as a woman I get an education, a college education, because it will just give me even more of an advantage, a competitive advantage as a businesswoman and just as a working member of society, no matter what I did. If I was a musician or I wanted to work in an office or switch careers or travel, my mom just thought that it was, she never had that opportunity. So she always, me and her always really agreed that it would be a really great thing for me to do and it'd be the best move at the
And,
time.
and where do you see yourself 5, 10 years from now?
Oh boy. Um,
We'll start with 5. We'll do a little small
no,
here.
it got me excited. So I'm it got me excited to think about 5, 10 years from now. I hope to just be a couple steps ahead of where I'm at now. I'm very happy right now. I hope to be growing my family and hope to be growing my career. I would have loved to have toured Europe. I haven't been there yet, so that's a part of the world that I would love to be in someday and be playing music there.
Hmm.
What else? I just hope to be consistently moving forward. So as long as I'm a couple steps ahead of where I am today, I'll be happy with 5, 10 years. But
Okay. And what are some of the projects you're currently working on right now, along with being part of business as well?
I have a couple of different projects that I'm working on at the moment. I am working on a ton of music for single releases, EP releases, and ultimately a few albums. So I have a lot of music that I'm working on trying to organize it into different musical projects. Excuse me. And I'm also working on writing and illustrating a poetry book as
Oh,
well.
nice.
Yeah, so I've been working on a collection of poetry. I'm trying to get it in between like my 30 to 40 best poems. And I'm also a crude illustrator. I'll call it. So I'll do line drawings. Um, Kind of in the style of David Shrigley, if you know him. He's very big on Instagram, but
Hmm.
I read one of his books a while back and it inspired me. It's sort of in the style of Shel Silverstein, kind of, but for adults. So young
Shel. So
women.
I've
Yeah.
heard the name Shel Silverstein.
Yeah, Shel Silverstein's kind of a crude illustrator. I don't know if he would call himself crude, so I don't know, but like a line drawing illustrator, and mostly wrote children's to young teen poetry that I got really. That was that's the first book I read was a poetry book.
Mhm. I'm trying to remember what he was known for. I remember reading Shel Silverstein, but I can't think of the book right now. Now we're on that topic. It's like,
Yeah, his one of his more famous poetry books that I know is When the Sidewalk Ends and
okay.
The Tree. There's something with the tree. I can see the cover. It's a green cover.
The
something
or
tree. I should know that.
is it the giving tree?
I feel that it's probably the giving tree, but I didn't want to be so sure.
Ri
Yeah,
I think we're along those same lines, which I
yeah.
think is really good, and, speaking of Shel Silverstein and some of your influences, who are some of other favorite authors and writers growing up, or even poets?
I have a few. Currently, one of my favorite poets is a girl named Ebony Stewart. She's an incredible poet. I also just took a class with her, so I got to actually learn some of her techniques. She's just an amazing poetry performer. I don't perform my poetry yet,
Mhm.
but the first time I was moved by a poet in a huge way was when she performed. I've never been so moved by just someone speaking. It was incredible. So I saw her at Bowery Poetry um, a couple years back when I was also performing music. She's one of my favorites. I've been reading Halsey's poetry book. I don't know
Mhm.
if you've known that that's out. It's really good. It's very good. It's very dense with poetry. And I've also read a lot of Patti Smith's poetry books as well.
Oh,
Those are some
wow.
of my favorites. Yeah. So a lot of singers I've noticed now. Now they're getting back into it, releasing their poetry or their lyrics as poetry. I'm trying to think if I have any other favorites. Those are mostly my favorites at the moment. I just try to pick up any kind of poetry I can to just try to see different writing styles because it's a huge umbrella of what can be considered poetry and things
Mhm.
like that.
Okay, and of course, where can we find, some of your music, your samples, some of your writings, and, where can we find you at?
So the best place to find me is at my website, which is aprilrosegabrielli.com. My last name is spelled Gabrielli. Nice Italian last name. There, all my social media is at April Rose Gabrielli or whatever they could fit into the handle. Twitter didn't let me have my full last name. It's too long. So it's like April Rose Gabri. So just start typing in my full name and I should come up. So April Rose Gabrielli. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, probably places I don't know. You can find me pretty much anywhere, but
We
my full name
We
is that.
certainly do so. And what's coming up for the amazing singer, songwriter, multi talented poet, publisher, April Rose Gabrielli? We'll find out in just 1 minute. You listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all you need. Also brought to you by our official sponsor of The Mike Wagner Show, international war-ring author Mean Molson Z of Missing, available on Amazon and paperback and ebook. We'll be back with the multi talented April Rose Gabrielli after this timeout. We're back with New York City singer, songwriter, poet, and performer April Rose Gabrielli here on the Mike Wagner Show, and we cover her amazing career and getting off to a great start, and a number of influences. And of course, she was being named, one of 110, students to watch for in the entertainment industry by Variety magazine. She also helped out with a number of things, like with Let Me Help, and also Montage Mountain, and a lot more. And what can you expect from me in 2021 and beyond, April?
What can we expect? A lot of new music, an entirely different vision or part of my brain that I've never revealed before to people. Songs, singles, music video, I can say for sure there's one that is done and awesome. So I'm very proud of it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I hope to be releasing my poetry book in between albums and album cycles. So that's also something to look out for. I'll always be releasing new music, new poetry, and kind of updating my socials with my art as it comes out. So very soon, hopefully by the end of the summer, we should be expecting some sort of single release. So that's kind
We
of what's
certainly will
important.
do so. And who do you consider biggest influence in your career, April?
In my career, like I had said before, I feel I love the music of Queen. I'd say as far as career trajectory, it's hard to say. I love Florence and the Machine, the way that she's stayed relevant and grown and just been an incredible writer and a poet and a singer throughout her existence. I love Adele, the way that she just kind of came onto the scene and remained strong as well. Any of these women that have sort of created their own style and stayed true to it and kind of were trailblazers in what they did. Those are the types of people that I admire and they've become staples in the music industry today. That's a goal of mine, is to just kind of show a path to another way to do it and stick in that, and hopefully people get it. It resonates with them and you know.
Hmm. And we're certainly looking forward to that. And you've got a great career ahead of you, April. And what's the best advice you can give to anybody at this point?
Don't hesitate, just go for it. You have to just, I swear, I mean, I feel that any regret I've ever had in my life, it's because I waited too long to do something. So if you feel like, for instance, for me, I've worked with other people, I didn't think it was the right fit, I stayed in it too long. I felt that on my own I could be really successful, and I eventually committed to that, and it's gotten me to a lot of really great places. So, commit to your vision, commit 100%, and just, trust your gut and stick with it and commit fully.
And that's the best advice out there. I mean, that is just so amazing. Once again, we're with the multi-talented April Rose Gabrielli here on the Mike Wagner Show. April, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely fantastic. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor, keep us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. Don't forget to keep in touch. Once again, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? And where can people check out your works?
So, like I said, best place to find me is at my website, aprilrosegabrielli.com, or any of my socials on any social media. It's at April Rose Gabrielli. It's APRILROSEGABRIELLI. I'm on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more.
We certainly will do. So once again, April, a very big thank you for your time. You've been absolutely amazing. Looking forward to having you again soon.
you.
Do us a favor, keeps us up to date. Love you back on in 2021 and beyond. And don't forget to keep in touch. You've been terrific, and we wish you all the success and look forward to seeing the top about 5, 10 years and beyond.
Thanks. You too.